What's been called the Arab Spring is actually an Islamist ascendancy. It's one that the Muslim Brotherhood has actually built toward for really almost a century since its founding. And now what is being unleashed is a very fundamentalist understanding of Sharia. Sharia is Islam's framework for society. It is basically a civilizational plan that would control all of human existence, from the great things down to the small.
People are shouting, they're singing, cars are honking their horns.
It was rendered as the Arab Spring by people who were either hopeful or delusional in the West that what it meant was a birth of democracy.
The term Muslim Brotherhood is an umbrella term for a variety of movements. In the case of Egypt, largely secular.
Mohammed Morsi is the candidate of the Muslim Brotherhood. He's the first Islamist head of state to be elected out of these Arab Spring revolutions.
Within weeks of Mohammed Morsi's taking power, he actually was able to neutralize the military, get his own people into important positions of power in the military and intelligence structure, begin using the prosecutor's power to repress dissenters, and really unleash Islamic supremacism as the dominant culture of the society. What the government was saying in the early 90s, and I think what it's still saying today, is that there's about a half dozen fringe lunatics someplace that want to blow everybody up. From prosecuting the blind sheikh, it became very apparent to me that Islamist ideology, this Islamic supremacism, which is the classic Islam of the Middle East, is a much more mainstream interpretation of Islam than we'd like to believe. You had moderate people who wouldn't for a second think about blowing up a bridge or anything like that. And yet, in areas of doctrinal importance, they were willing to defer to somebody who was a major global terrorist. There's no such thing as Islamic democracy if the democracy we're talking about is the true, authentic culture of democracy that is the core of Western civilization. What the Muslim world wants is Sharia, not democracy. The Western world and the Muslim world can coexist. What they can't do is mesh. They can coexist just like any two hostile forces can coexist, because it's more in their interest to go about their business and let each other alone than it is to make war on each other. But they coexist without deluding themselves into thinking that they're actually commingling.